Hi again, this is Dorothy with Dot Scrapbooking, and I am doing the rest of the layouts from More Than You'll Ever Know for National Scrapbooking Day. Uh, and here we go. This has got a peach background, and smoothie is the accent color here. Now, the technique that we're going to be doing with this layout is stamping using a stencil. So the stencil was part of the kit. So it just kind of came like that. And you can actually, we have plastic that you can make your own stencil with various Cricut cuts. But we also have 9 different types of stencil that come in 3 different packages, and they come 12 by 12 size and down to like 4 by 4. So with a variety of shapes and lines and mandalas and all sorts of different things. So this is a super fun technique to do and super easy. It's like really brainless, which I love brainless. And you can see I'm not trying to purposely make each dot the same exact color. So it makes it more interesting when you've got a variety of shades. And I'm using some black here to make some accent dots with the smoothie, the tone on tone. So I'm just going to wipe it off so I don't get any black on my peach. And then we'll come over and use the smoothie again and do smoothie on peach. And so I love this. I think this is real fun. So it's a super good technique to add to your repertoire. So you can take a piece of plain cardstock, whatever color, and I used a sponge dauber, but you could use a regular sponge or whatever you have, and create your own kind of interest in your background texture or print or whatever. So now I'm adding the little heart stripe. So that's a 2.5 inch stripe. And here's our bluebell, our color of the year. And you see how easy it is to utilize the Versamat to do your layout. So I'm just making sure that since this isn't up against an edge, I just want to make sure I'm getting it straight on there. So I just threw a ruler on and went from 1 inch to 1 inch. And so I'm using my little sanding block. This is a very old tool from a long time ago. You can use whatever you want to sand or distress. You can use it for either technique. So these are going to be 3 by 3 pictures going on here with just a little bit of an edge to them, and or a photo mat, I guess I should say. So I'm putting them, I don't know, maybe 3/4 of an inch over from the edge with about 1/4 of an inch in between. And then one of them is going to be a journaling card. So, and if you want to put lines on here, you certainly can, or you can just freehand your writing and, write. Even if you don't like your handwriting, you're still adding a personal touch to something that somebody in the future will look at that and see your handwriting. So I'm putting my placeholders there, which I didn't really need one there. I figured that out in a minute. So I'm just kind of pulling it up. I left a little bit of a rough bar there. It's probably a good place for an embellishment or a sticker or something. So I am using, these are my leftover pieces from our shaker windows. So we get all of these inside pieces, which is great to use. Sort of like you're getting a freebie. So I'm taking this 1/2 inch strip that we cut, and that is going to be the top border. And this stamp came in with the kit, and it's a nice little arrowhead. And it has kind of a pointy end and an indented end. So it's real easy to line up the stamp by just putting the indented end in on the pointy end. So super, super simple. And we've got we've kind of made our own little zip strip. So it's going end to end right up to the edge. So just a little bit of stuff, and we're gonna take these, what are those called? These little banners, and we're gonna make a little flag going across. So I'm just kind of spacing them along the top edge there, so I can, get fairly even spacing. So I'm gonna take that middle one and cut the point end down so that it's a banner like the rest of them. But I'm missing one, so I'm trying to find the one that I'm missing. There it is. So just trimming it up a little bit and taking the little extra white there. So I think something happened. My camera glitched and had to get repaired. So I put all of those pieces in place. The camera's been glitching a lot. I think I might be aging it beyond its normal years. So we're going to continue again, and you can see me putting the banners together on this page. It's almost, it's not exactly the same as the other page because this piece is a little bit smaller than the other, but it's essentially the same layout. So I'm going to show you the technique of doing tone-on-tone stamping using a stencil, and then we'll also put those banners in place. And one thing you could do, which I didn't do, which I might still do, is take some of our silver thread and make a string to go through all of those little little flags to kind of connect them. But like I said, I haven't done that yet. Just thought of it while I'm watching this. So clean my stamp off and put it back so I don't lose it. And there's our self-made zip strip going on the top there. So there's my stencil again. I mean, honestly, making your own stencil would be fine. This is just little dots. So, I mean, it can go, with anything, really. It doesn't have to make a statement in its shape, like a snowflake would, like a bunch of little snowflakes. So, it just adds a little interest to a plain cardstock. So every so often I just kind of pick it up and see, okay, how does that look? And you can see how the density of the dots varies considerably. So I find that quite fun. And then we're going to add a couple of dark ones in there also. That's pretty cool, actually. Okay, and there's my hearts again, and we're going to put it in the same place as the other hearts so that they go from one page to the next. It's a continuous thing, and the bluebell is going to be a strip rather than a big square. So they're not identical, but essentially same colors, placement. And this is my photo frame, and then I'll put a placeholder. And I'm just kind of eyeballing from the side and from the bottom where to put the frame. So when we've got one more going in here, And I believe that's going to be a 3x3. And that's going to go even with the bottom of the other photo frame. And there's my other 3x3 that I took off. And so now we've got a little tag that's going to go at the top. And that's a perfect place to put dates or place or name, whatever you want. And here goes our little banner flag again, or flag banner, whatever you want to call it. So I'm just placing them to get a good even distribution. So you want to do that before you glue them down. So you get the kind of curve that you're looking for. And I'm not putting these flags, I'm not putting the foam tape all the way to the bottom, so they can, they can be a little free and flap up to give a little dimension. So, dimension adds interest, layers add interest. Certainly the stenciling adds interest. You've got contrasting colors. So it doesn't look like a busy page, and it's not a busy page, but there's a lot going on to add interest to the page. You never want to take away from your photos, but you also don't want your photos to just live on a plain piece of paper either. You want it to be a little fun, and you'll put photos that go here to add this is a little festive with the little banner flags going. There we go. That one on the end got a little close. So I'm going to put that one is actually the opposite color, that has the little gray and white diamonds. So that one's going to get a little extra tag to make a little statement because it's kind of plain. And they have, on their suggestion, they have both believe. So we've got a big bold believe, and then we've got an outline believe, and they put both of them on there. I'll be honest with you, I'm not great with the big fat bold letters and getting them, so that there's even ink going all the way across. But I like the outline, the thinner letters. It's much easier to get a good stamp from it. And there you go. That came out real good. So when you're stamping, you want to leave your stamp and ink on the cardstock for a little bit of time to give the paper some time to absorb the ink. So you'll get a better stamp or better impression that way, a stamp impression, by just leaving it for a little bit of time. And put down straight, pull up straight, and don't, because you could smear otherwise. So I'm just adding some little of these wonderful blue pearls. I love those blue pearls. That was the lost pearl that went shooting across the table. So there is page 2, and there's page 1 of the second layout. So it's nice and bright and festive, and it's simple. The believe could go with a lot of different things that are going on in pictures. Now, I do like this one. This technique that we're going to use here, we're using our bluebell background, and we're using the light side. So there's the darker side and the light side. So the darker side is usually the color that is the main color. And so we're going to do tearing here. And all of our papers and cardstock have white core. And so when you tear towards you, I will say, you see the white core. Now, if you did it the other way, the core would be on the other side. You could flip this over and see just the non-core side. But you're ripping it to add interest. And so you want to show the white core is a positive thing to show. And so this is a little thin, so I'm having a little bit of a hard time ripping. So I'm just kind of doing placement, and then this is going to be the next one, and we're going to rip it along the edge too. And so that flower is going to, it's a little bit bolder print, is going to, see how it shows up so much more than than the line would. So they kind of show you that the flowered paper there comes out to 4 inches. And so I'm going to work backwards and put the pieces by working backwards. So that one is, the black is going to be at 3 inches. And then that will cover the edge and go all the way out to the edge. And so it has a nice look to it. So, you've picked up a few techniques here. This ripping is, I think ripping is coming back, from what I understand. So we're going to add 2 4x6 photos to this. And they have 2 little boys, one under 10 and the other one looks like he might be, I don't know, 3 or 4. On the blue background, and they look so cute. But you know what? Blue was my sister's favorite color, so little girl would be cute on the blue too. So I'm just trimming off a little bit of excess edge on these plaid pieces, and those are going to be on the end of the pictures there. So very nicely coordinated with the grays and the blacks and the tan color. So one thing I didn't do, which I should have done first, was add some dots. But this just shows you that you can actually, and I'm cleaning it off so I don't get any other color on the blue. So I'm going to use Bluebell here. So you can do this after your pieces are in place. And really, if you get blue on the photo mounts, the photo placeholders, it doesn't really matter because it's going to get covered by a picture, right? So you can actually do your spacing with your dots this way also. You don't have to do it on a blank canvas. And so I'm adding my little darker elements. Somehow I was thinking I was using black and I was using blue. So so you've seen the use of stencils first on the blank canvas and then on the already prepared canvas. Now we're adding some more elements to the background. There's little stars, kind of a little asterisk type shape, which is so cute. And I squished too hard on the one down at the bottom, and the one at the top I just lightly stamped it, and it came out with a better look. So I'm putting the edge of the plaid to the photos. Ended up covering up those dots anyway. So a pearl there and a pearl here. So when you're doing your stamping and putting your embellishments, you kind of want to shoot for a triangle, which I'm not using a whole lot of. I need to be better about using the triangle. It's a pleasing way of looking at something. So these are, I'm going to go ahead and start ripping towards me. And the black, you can't go wrong with the black. It's just, as long as you're pulling towards you, you can do either side, which I think I screwed up one of the sides. So the printed papers are gonna, the ripped papers are gonna go on the, well, let's see where they go. See, I'm doing it on the wrong side there. I messed that up and didn't realize it. Yeah, see, and that's what, and I really messed it up because I put glue on it. I'll fix it. It'll be okay. I haven't realized what I've done yet. So there's the ripped side, what the ripped side looks like without the white cardstock showing. And there it is with the cards. I mean, clearly the black is, you know, about as contrasty as you're going to get, obviously. But still, so now I'm just going to take a small amount off to show the white cardstock. And I ripped it a little bit, but you know what? It's okay. You know, you can, it's fine. It's all fine. Okay, so this one's going to go at like 2.5 inches, and then this is a smaller side. That one really needs to get scooted over a little bit. Now I've got the hearts showing, and it's not supposed to be the hearts, it's supposed to be the polka dots. And so what I do here is I really did screw that up, and so I just cut another piece. There was enough left over from the scraps that I could do that. Lucky, right? So there we go. Now we're going to do it right. So we're doing it so that the dots are showing and I'm ripping on the right side. What can I say? And there we go. See, the black needs to get scooched over. And look at what a difference that black makes, really showing between the two printed pieces. So there goes my bluebell, and it's going like 2.5 inches down and about, maybe 3/4 of an inch or so over. And this isn't going directly on top of it, so I'm going to leave a border going all around. And that is going to go even with the bottom. So those are my two photo, looking for something. So these are, I look, and then there's pieces like, where the heck did that come from? And it's usually one of the tags that I cut apart from the tag sheet. And so those tag sheets, there's so many tags on there that they go a long way. And so my little plaid is going on top. And once again, I'm just going to start using my stencil on an already basically created sheet and just adding a little bit of interest here and there. So you can kind of pick and choose where you want to put your little stamps when you have all the things in place. So I'm going to take my black and make a few highlighted areas. Now, if you really wanted to be careful about this, you would put your stencil down and then put some washi tape on it so that it doesn't move around. Here's a star and one of those little things, and I love whatever that little thing is. different kind of a star. And this is one of the great phrases that's going on this page, but I need a bigger block. So I'm going to season it real good, get rid of the excess oils and stuff that are on that come on the blocks. And I'm going to do a test stamp to see how it looks. So this is a great saying. This is great for kids. It's nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible. How cool is that? And see, I looked at that word a billion times and never even saw that. So, I mean, that's a terrific phrase to put in a kid's head. I'm just going to place a few of the pearls around. You know, like I said, this bluebell, it's the color of the year. So, you know, they've got pearls, they've got glitter paper, they've got cardstock, they've got ink, they've got a shimmer brush. They have all these things in this color, but this color is going to be going out come August 1st. So I'm using my stamp pad to make some bluebell. And this is a little trio of shapes, like little diamonds. So those are kind of cute. So I really like this little page. I love the ripped edges and love the bluebell color. I think it's a wonderful color. And there's that page. And here's the double page layout. I love that. Okay. Next is this one. So hopefully this is going to go real quick. We're using white. Got my little tacky corners in place. Okay, so just getting the stencil cleaned up again. And I'm going to use the smoothie with my sponge dauber. And I'm just randomly going over these places. There is no thinking except moving the stencil around. I am holding it still so that it won't smudge, but I'm just being extremely random with the stamping. And so the striped paper is going to go facing up, and it is going to be 6 inches down from the top. So we're going from 6 to 6. And then the 1/4 inch smoothie is going to be with the dark side facing up. So that's the 1/4 inch, and this is the 3/4 of an inch. And so I'm just putting some Tombow on it, and it will go facing up down at the bottom. So we've got the 1/4 inch at the top and 3/4 of an inch at the bottom. And then we're going to put the photo mat in place. So that's going to be like 2 inches over. I mean, maybe like 1 3/4 inches over, and down at about 2 1/4. And so I'm going to put that bold zip strip, which I really like, that super bold zip strip. But I lost the one that I cut One's for like 3.5 inches, one is like 4 inches. So, but first I have to put my stars down. See, I did the same thing with the blue stars. Forgot about them until I had already put the picture down. No problem. You know, the one thing that I like about Tombow is that you can put something down, and if it hasn't been down for a long time, it's almost repositionable. You know, you can pull it up without doing much damage, if any at all. And so it's repositionable for a small period of time. And I'm doing the same thing here with these stars, is just putting the Tombow thinly and sporadically just to hold it down, because it's gonna, you know, it's a tough glue. So it'll keep it in place. But I don't want to put big blobs down because they will squish out. No squishing allowed. Trimming off little pieces from the tag, and that is going to get tucked under. And then I like this little zip strip. It's a lot of interest in these zip strips. They made them very interesting, so I like that one. And so we've got some bold graphics going on here. And see, I'm trimming those tags as I need them, rather than cutting up 1,000 and looking through them. I'm just kind of cutting them as I need them. So this is going to get essentially the title of the page. So I'm going to put that down as if a picture was going to go there, but then I'm going to go ahead and stamp it. And this phrase is from A.A. Milne from Winnie the Pooh. And actually, when my son graduated from high school, one of the kids gave a speech that was based on Winnie the Pooh. And it was absolutely wonderful. He did just an absolutely wonderful job. And he may have used this. I think he used this saying in his speech, but it was a wonderful, wonderful speech for that young man. Okay, so there we go. And there's a cute little arrow on that. There's all sorts of cute little things on this. This is a great little stamp set. So each of the National Scrapbooking Day kits comes with 1 or 2 stamp sets. And this has just great titles. Absolutely great titles that can be used over again. So I like these little stars. There's a little open star, a little closed star, a big star, plus those little kind of asterisk kind of looking things, and the little arrow, all sorts of cute little things to go with. Now see here, I'm concentrating on making the triangles, and they look good that way. When you use the triangle pattern to place your embellishments, it's a good way for not putting too much stuff down. So I'm just gathering up all the pieces, and here we go again with the stencil. I mean, see, there's really no rhyme or reason to the way I'm doing it. It's just sporadic here and there, and then I pull it up and see what we've got. How can you not like that? I love that. And I'm going to go ahead and put the pieces down. So this is going to be the same thing. It's going to go 6 inches down from the top and the 1/4 of an inch goes at the top, and the 3/4 of an inch will go down at the bottom. Now this is a kind of a photo strip. So this is going to get placed, so it's like 2 inches over and 1 inch up from the bottom. And then there's going to be 3, which, see that I did that again. I'm consistent. See, I'm just dotting here and there. I would venture to say these, so this is 3 2-page layouts and 1 1-page layout. And obviously this is speeded up. But I would venture to say this whole thing took me, I have the thing speeded up at 225%. And so I would say that this took me, you know, maybe two hours, little over 2 hours to put all of these pages together. So, and this is going to be my journaling spot. And then we've got 3x3s that are going to go down. So I put one at the top where I want it and one at the bottom where I want it. And then I'll make the space in between the two of them. And then we just start tucking some embellishments here and there, along with my head. And then we put our tags in place after trimming them. This one is going to be just a little thing off to the side. Now you could put the date on that. That would be a good thing. And we've got some stars going here and there. And I like using there's a lot of black on here. So I like using the blue and the smoothie. And each one has a little triangular set of stars. So I like the stars. So you can go for a number of different things with, stars shining. Somebody did good, whatever, their birthday, they're a star on their birthday, whatever it happens to be. And so we're finished here. So there's 3 2-page layouts and 1 single page. So that's seven pages that we did in a little over 2 hours. And I like the kit. I like that stamp. That stamp is gonna be a wonderful stamp to use for the future. So I'll just kind of go through and show you all of my layouts that we did here. And hope you didn't mind that I speeded them up and made this whole thing two videos. So there's the third layout. Put my daubers away. I like it. I love those stars. So that's the third layout. You are braver, stronger, smarter, and loved. There's the second 2-page layout and the first 2-page layout and the single page layout. So lots of good layouts for your kids. What fun. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to my channel. Bye.